Dear mother, the church is cold, but the alehouse is healthy and pleasant and warm. Besides, I can tell I'm used well. Such usage in heaven will never do well. But if at the church they would give us some ale and a pleasant fire, our souls to regale, we'd sing and we'd pray all the livelong day. Nor ever once wish from the church to stray. Then the parson might preach and drink and sing. And we'd be happy as birds in the spring. And Marvelous Dame Lurch, who was always at church, would not have bandy children, nor fasting, nor birch. And God, like a father, rejoicing to see his children as pleasant and happy as he, would have no more quarrel with the devil and the barrel, but kiss him and give him both drink and apparel.
Vagabond, the little tramp, is addressing his mother and saying, I'd be much happier in the alehouse, where it's pleasant and healthy and warm, which are not cold and unpleasant like the church. And the sorts of behaviour you see in the alehouse of singing and having a pleasant fire and drinking ale are the sorts of behaviour that are much better, much more enjoyable than anything that goes on in church. And he's imagining, you know, if the parson led his sermon in the alehouse, he might preach and drink and sing, and we'd be as happy as birds in the spring. Recalling sort of images from the Songs of Innocence, isn't it? You know, the singing of the song in the introduction to the Songs of Innocence, the sorts of songs that we see in the Echoing Green and the Nurse's Song would be happening in the alehouse, but they're not, are they? It's clear that the vagabond is suffering because there is a very kind of negative attitude towards life that is taken by the church, and the church has, as with Holy Thursday, the church has kind of captured the minds of the little vagabond's parents, and as a result he's neglected, he's been forgotten, which makes him another one of Blake's lost children, doesn't it? A bit like in Little Boy Lost, Little Girl Lost, Holy Thursday, Chimney Sweeper. He's another lost child who knows what he would like and what he would enjoy, but can never have it. And we also see a kind of critique of organised religion here. This is an unpleasant place. We have Dame Lurch, who's always at church, who would not have bandy children or fasting or birch. So they're basically making the children fast, aren't they, or not eat very much, and they have a birch, or they beat them. And we have that rhyme, church and birch is important, isn't it? The rhyme emphasising the birch, which obviously was a stick that was used to beat children with if they didn't obey the rules. So the rhyme emphasising the horror of that. And we then have, it closes with a kind of quite surprising rhyme, doesn't it? Barrel and apparel. And if we had the church being conducted, church services being conducted in the alehouse, there would be no more quarrel with devil or the barrel. That the church wouldn't argue about drinking alcohol. That God would kiss people and give people both drink and apparel or clothes. So he's arguing for a different approach to religion, isn't it, deep down? It's all in the voice of a little vagabond. It's a sort of almost dramatic monologue, isn't it, with it spoken by a child. And we see this on a number of occasions, don't we, particularly with the Chimney Sweeper poems, where Blake adopts the voice of a child.
The little vagabond. Dear mother, the church is cold.